Picture this. You walk into your garden tomorrow and never need to buy another bottle of fertilizer again. Your soil is so alive with beneficial microorganisms that your plants practically grow themselves. Your compost pile transforms into liquid gold in just days, not months. Sound too good to be true? Welcome to the revolutionary world of Korean natural farming, where ancient wisdom meets modern innovation in ways that are absolutely transforming how we think about growing food. As someone who's been knee-deep in soil for decades, I can tell you that what Korean farmers have developed isn't just another organic method. It's a complete paradigm shift that's making seasoned gardeners around the world question everything they thought they knew about plant nutrition and soil health. Korean natural farming, or KNF, is an organic agricultural method that takes advantage of indigenous microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, nematodes, and protozoa, to produce rich soil that yields high output without the use of herbicides or pesticides. But here's what makes it truly genius. Instead of fighting against nature or trying to control it, Korean farmers work with the microscopic allies that already exist in their local environment. The mastermind behind this system understood something profound that Western agriculture often misses. Every piece of land has its own unique microbial fingerprint, perfectly adapted to that specific climate, soil type, and ecosystem. Rather than importing expensive, generic solutions from thousands of miles away, why not harness the power of what's already thriving right under our feet? This approach fundamentally changes how we think about plant nutrition. Instead of feeding plants directly with synthetic fertilizers, Korean natural farming feeds the soil community, which in turn creates the perfect conditions for plants to access exactly what they need, when they need it. It's like the difference between force-feeding someone vitamins versus helping them develop a healthy digestive system that can extract nutrition naturally. Let me share something that completely blew my mind when I first learned about it. Indigenous microorganisms, or IMOs, break down organic matter, fix nitrogen, and suppress pathogens. But the collection process is so beautifully simple that it almost seems like magic. To gather IMOs, use a ventilated wooden box lined with plain cooked rice. Place the box in a shaded area with natural leaf litter. After 3 to 5 days, collect the white mold growing on the rice. That's it. You've just captured a concentrated army of beneficial microorganisms that are specifically adapted to your land. What happens next is where the real genius shows. The idea of using beneficial microorganisms isn't new, but the Korean approach of using locally sourced ones rather than purchasing commercial inoculants creates a symbiotic relationship that's perfectly tailored to your specific growing conditions. Think about it this way. Commercial microorganism products are like hiring foreign contractors who might do good work but don't understand the local customs, climate, or challenges. Indigenous microorganisms are like recruiting the neighborhood experts who've been successfully thriving in your exact conditions for generations. These tiny powerhouses don't just improve soil fertility, they create an entire underground network that helps plants communicate, share resources, and defend against diseases. Unlike growing in a hydroponic mineral salt nutrient setup where the nutrients are delivered directly to the roots, KNF creates a living system where plants actively participate in their own nutrition through relationships with beneficial fungi and bacteria. Now let's talk about one of the most practical innovations that Korean farmers have given us, fermented plant juice, or FPJ. The simplest Korean natural farming fertilizer, fermented plant juice, is a liquid derived from a mixture of brown sugar and local plants. Here's where the genius really shines through. There are about 100,000 to 150,000 microorganisms per 1 cubic centimeter of leaf. Most of them are lactic acid bacteria and yeast. When you create FPJ, you're not just extracting nutrients, you're creating a probiotic cocktail that feeds both your plants and your soil's microbial community. The process is remarkably straightforward, but the science behind it is sophisticated. Brown sugar is used to extract the essence through osmotic pressure. This natural extraction method pulls out the plant's essential nutrients and enzymes while preserving the beneficial microorganisms that make the whole system work. What makes this approach revolutionary is its sustainability and cost-effectiveness. Instead of spending hundreds of dollars on commercial fertilizers that might not be perfectly suited to your plant's needs, you create custom nutrition using the vigorous, healthy plants already growing in your area. Select a plant that's vigorous and healthy on its own, without inputs. For example, use nettles, seaweed, or any locally abundant plant that's thriving without human intervention. The beauty of FPJ is that it's completely scalable. Whether you're working with a small container garden or managing acres of farmland, the principles remain the same. You're creating a closed-loop system where your land's own abundance feeds back into itself, becoming more productive and resilient with each growing season. What truly sets Korean natural farming apart is how it addresses the root cause of many modern agricultural problems, rather than just treating symptoms. Potential benefits include increased rates of soil organic matter decomposition, increases in nutrient availability, improved plant yield, a reduction in pathogenic microorganisms, and an increase in plant defenses. This comprehensive approach creates what I like to call a regenerative spiral. Each improvement reinforces the others, leading to exponentially better results over time. When you have healthy soil biology, organic matter breaks down more efficiently, making nutrients more available to plants. Stronger plants have better natural defenses against pests and diseases, reducing the need for interventions. Less intervention means more beneficial organisms can thrive, which improves soil health even further. The implications for climate change and environmental sustainability are profound. KNF emphasizes enhancing soil structure and increasing organic matter through composting and mulching. Organic waste is turned into nutrient-rich compost that improves soil health. This approach doesn't just reduce our dependence on energy-intensive synthetic fertilizers, it actively helps sequester carbon in the soil, turning every garden into a small but meaningful part of the climate solution. The genius of Korean natural farming lies not just in its effectiveness, but in its accessibility. You don't need expensive equipment, complicated schedules, or advanced chemistry knowledge. These include fermented plant juice, fish amino acid, water-soluble calcium phosphate, and water-soluble calcium. Focusing on this group of fertilizers is an excellent way to get started with KNF because they're relatively easy to make and apply. Start small, and let your success build confidence. Begin with collecting indigenous microorganisms from your own land. It's free, it's fun, and it connects you to your soil in a completely new way. Then, try making your first batch of fermented plant juice using abundant local plants. Many gardeners report seeing improvements in plant vigor and soil health within just a few weeks. The learning curve is gentle, but the potential for transformation is enormous. As you become more comfortable with the basic techniques, you can expand into the more advanced preparations and applications. The key is understanding that you're not just changing your gardening methods. You're partnering with natural systems that have been perfecting themselves for millions of years. What Korean farmers have created represents more than just an alternative to conventional agriculture. It's a glimpse into a more sustainable, resilient future for food production. Contemporary South Korean farming techniques focus on smart farming and the latest technology, such as using the smart farm dispersion method as a key future growth engine to create jobs and optimize cultivating environments for crops to adapt to climate change. This integration of ancient wisdom with modern innovation offers hope for addressing some of our most pressing agricultural challenges. As climate patterns become more unpredictable and soil degradation threatens food security worldwide, methods that build rather than deplete natural systems become increasingly vital. The beauty of KNF is that it scales beautifully from backyard gardens to commercial operations. Small-scale gardeners can implement these techniques with minimal investment and see immediate benefits, while larger operations can reduce input costs and improve long-term soil health simultaneously. Korean natural farming isn't just changing how we grow food, it's changing how we see our relationship with the natural world. Instead of being outside controllers trying to force nature to comply with our wishes, we become partners in an ancient dance of growth, abundance, and renewal. The techniques I've shared today represent just the beginning of what's possible when we align our gardening practices with natural systems. Every jar of fermented plant juice you make, every batch of indigenous microorganisms you cultivate, every improvement you see in your soil health is a step toward a more sustainable and abundant future. Your garden is waiting to become a living laboratory where ancient wisdom meets modern innovation. The Korean farmers who developed these techniques have given us an incredible gift, a pathway to abundance that works with nature rather than against it. Ready to join the KNF revolution in your own backyard? Hit that subscribe button to stay updated with the latest sustainable gardening techniques, and share this article with fellow gardeners who are ready to transform their growing experience. Together, we're cultivating not just better gardens but a better world, one handful of healthy soil at a time.